everyone. My name is Dr. Miss Nisha Kewat. I am an assistant professor in Sri Mallika Arjun College of Arts, Commerce and Sciences. Today's program is for Bachelor of Sciences first year BSc. Subject is botany, that is generic elective. Semester is 1. Paper code is BOG 101. Paper title Environmental Biotechnology. Title of the unit is from the Unit 3, Microbiology of Wastewater Treatment. Module name, Treatment Schemes for Wastewaters of Distillery and Tannery. Module number is 17. Outline, Treatment Schemes for Wastewaters of Distillery, Treatment Schemes for Wastewaters of Tannery. Learning outcomes. At the end of this lecture, students will be able to list the causes for wastewater formation in distillery. They will also be able to describe the various processes for treatment of wastewater in distillery. Likewise, students will also be able to list the causes for wastewater formation in tannery and also describe the various processes for treatment of wastewater in tannery. Coming to the distillery wastewater. Before going into what exactly is a distillery wastewater, we must know what exactly is a distillery. Distillery is a place where a strong alcoholic drinks is prepared by the process of distillation. So as a result of the distillations, a huge amount of the wastewater is generated which has a characteristic features of high melanoid in polymers, high COD/BOD, high organic content and high nutrient content. So as we can see, it has such a high amount of all these components. It can pose a potential threat to the environment if it is released into the environment untreated. So the threats that are posed by this wastewater are, it will lead to the accumulation of the recalcitrant compounds. It will cause the oxygen depletion, which in turn will cause the eutrophication. Then it will also reduce the soil alkalinity, manganese availability, and also the seed germination will be hampered. It causes an anesthetic discoloration of the water. It becomes a highly toxic to the microorganisms of the aquatic body, and in addition to that, it gives also a obnoxious smell from the water body. So the distillery water waste so distillery wastewater has to undergo a treatment, and they are basically three different types of the treatments are employed. Those are physical, chemical and biological. Physical methods are further grouped as membrane filtration process and adsorption techniques. Chemical methods majorly employs the coagulation flocculation in combination with flotation and filtration. In biological treatment, we have anaerobic and aerobic treatment. So, what exactly is the objective of a distillery wastewater treatment? Is to removal of the unwanted compounds in the wastewater so that it can safely be discharged into the environment. Coming to the physico-chemical method, treatment of a distillery wastewater involves combination of a physical and a chemical method, which are further of a three types. First one is adsorption, which makes the use of the adsorbent such as the activated carbon. Then they makes use of the coagulants and the flocculants to carry out the coagulation and flocculation. And the third type is the oxidation process. Coming to the second type of the treatment, that is a biological or a microbial treatment. In this treatment, microorganisms are employed for biodegradation and also for discolorization of melanoidin. So based upon the oxygen utilization, they are divided into anaerobic and aerobic type. Anaerobic treatments are basically makes a best or better choice for a high organic content of the molasses, which is better as compared to the aerobic treatment. So at the end of the anaerobic treatment, methane and carbon dioxides are released, okay, which is utilized as a biogas in the boilers. This is a very promising method, and also the another advantage is that it produces very little sludge. Coming to the types of the anaerobic treatment are anaerobic lagoon, which helps in the BOD removal. Then we have the continuous stirred tank reactor, which again also helps in the COD removal. We have anaerobic sequencing batch reactor, which helps again in the COD removal. We have another type of the anaerobic treatment, that is upflow anaerobic sludge blanket, which forms a settleable granule so that it can be separated from the sludge and also the wastewater. Coming to the aerobic treatment, so whatever has been treated anaerobically, they still contains a high concentration of the organic pollutant, so it has to be further treated with the help of the aerobic treatment. So the aerobic treatment is mainly attempted for discolorization of the major colorant, that is melanoidins. It also helps to further reduce down the COD and BOD. It also employs the large number of the microorganisms such as bacteria, which can either be a pure form or it can be into the mixed cultures. In addition to the bacteria, it can also employ the cyanobacteria, yeast, and fungi. So, coming to the second part of the tannery wastewater treatment. So, we must know what exactly is a tannery. Tannery is a place where animal hides are tanned. So, having said that, we must also know what is tanning. Tanning is basically a process of treating the skins and hides of animals to produce a leather. So, as a result of the tannery processing, we are left with the tannery wastewater. It contains a heavy metal such as a chromium, toxic chemicals, chloride, lime, which also has the high dissolved and suspended salts and also other pollutants. So the tannery industry basically focuses on the leather production, other leather goods production, leather boards, fur formation, and also other numerous leather byproducts. So once this processing has been done, there is a wastewater effluent which is being generated, which has a high chromium content, high sulfides content, high organic content, and high BOD and COD content. So what are the schemes for wastewater treatment of a tannery? They are basically divided as a preliminary treatment, which focuses on removing the large particles such as sand, grit, and grease. It also reduces the chrome and sulfide. Second treatment is a physical chemical treatment, which is referred as the primary treatment, and this focuses on removing the large particle using the screens and also the settleable organic solids by sedimentation. Coming to the biological treatment, which is referred as a secondary, it removes the biodegradable, dissolved, and colloidal organic matter. So, first one, preliminary treatment. It is the first step before the main stages of the treatment can take over. Their role is to remove the large particles. It significantly reduces the chrome and sulfide content. So, the later effluent, whichever is discharged, it will be treated by the main treatment networks. Physical chemical treatments, basically there are two types, physical and chemical. Under physical, we make a use of a screening, pumping and lifting, fine screening, and lastly we use the equalization, homogenization, and sulfide oxidation. Coming to the chemical type of a treatment, we have a coagulation and flocculation. So the objective of the physical, that is a primary treatment, is to eliminate the coarse matter, reduce the chromium and sulfides, remove the major part of the suspended solids, and greatly reduce the COD and BOD content. So what exactly in physical treatment is done is, first one, we do the screening of the tannery wastewater. The first step is to remove the larger solids with the help of a rough bar so that it do not choke the pipes. Second step is removes the grit and a floating matter, okay, in aerated chambers. A third step is to remove the solids from the raw effluents. Now, after the screening, there has to be a pumping and a lifting which will transfer the effluents, okay, into the fine screening so that it further drastically reduce the amount of the suspended solids. Now, coming to the last part of the preliminary treatment is equalization, homogenization, and sulfide oxidation. In this, ternary wastewater is equalized. There is basically a proper mixture and homogenized so that sulfide oxidation can take place with the help of a catalyst. So, the objective of the chemical treatment is to improve and accelerate the settling of the suspended solids of a fine and colloidal matter. Coagulation and flocculation. Coagulants, what happens? They destabilize the colloids. Then the colloids collide to form the flocks. Due to the rapid mixing, coagulants are dispersed so that there is a uniform dispersion and a uniform flock formation. So, as a result, a larger clumps are formed which are removed with the help of either sedimentation, filtration, straining, or flotation. The most frequently used coagulants in the ternary effluents are alum, iron sulfate, iron chloride, and lime. So, objective of the biological treatment is to further reduce the amount of the organic content and satisfy the standards so that it can be discharged into the surface water. Biological treatments are aerobic and anaerobic. Aerobic treatment uses the activated sludge treatment, and anaerobic is used only for the sludge digestion. Activated sludge treatment utilizes the inert matter, organic matter, oxygen, nutrient, and microorganisms. Combined together, they form a carbon dioxide and water is released, and new microorganism is formed. In addition to that, there is a inert matter which is also formed. These are the references. Thank you.